And as a Navy veteran myself, I went through the whole process of separating out of the military, going back home, and trying to figure out where I'm going next. I had no idea of a direction. I didn't know where I should even go to get started. All I knew is that the skills that I had already learned and fine tuned in the military, I wanted to put them forward in a positive direction to help me keep moving. Now, I know a lot of veterans deal with this kind of thing, and that's why I'm very happy to be in a position with my school that we actually accept veterans' benefits. So if you're out there and you're trying to figure out what's next for you, if you don't know where your journey is going to lead you, but you know that you want to use those skills in a good way to move into another career and benefit from those skills, then the trades just might be exactly what you've been looking for.
Welcome to Trades Ready, a podcast dedicated to helping you get ready for the trades with Quality Training Center, your trade school in Las Vegas, Nevada.
I'm Aaron Clark, the Academic Director for Quality Training Centers. We are veteran approved. That means we take VA benefits, and I've watched a lot of guys and gals come off active duty and land their feet through the trades. So I know why it fits, and I'll show you. Let me name the thing you might not be saying out loud. It's not really the job you miss yet. It's the mission. You miss knowing your role. You miss a team that depends on you, a standard that actually means something, and the feeling at the end of a hard day that you did work that actually mattered. A lot of civilian jobs can't give you any of that. You'll sit in a cubicle answering emails and feel your discipline just rot. And you'll wonder what happened to the person you were. The trades give that structure back to you. And I don't say that to be nice. I say it because the traits the military beat into you are the exact traits that make a great technician. Whether it's 15 minutes early is on time or having your uniform squared away. These are important things that contractors look for. And sometimes it's the simplest things that people just can't seem to get quite right. Think about what you actually got trained to do. You show up on time every time with no excuses. You work with your hands. You solve problems under pressure when something's broken and people are counting on you and there's no time to panic. You follow a procedure, but you can also think on your feet when the procedure meets reality. Now let me tell you what an HVAC or an electrical job is. Somebody's system is down. It's 108 degrees, the customer's stressed, the clock's running, and you have to diagnose the fault, work the problem calmly, and fix it right the first time. Probably sounds familiar with a lot of the military work we've done. You already have the hard part. Most people have to be taught to stay level when things go sideways. You had that installed years ago and probably practiced it for years more. Here's the part I want to be dead honest about because you've probably been burned by a slick pitch before. Getting out and starting over can feel like you're back at zero. I remember that feeling. And that's a gut punch when you had a rank and responsibility. You're not back at zero. You're bringing a work ethic most of these companies are absolutely begging for. Contractors in this valley will tell you flat out they'd rather hire a veteran with no HVAC experience than a civilian with a bad attitude because they can teach skill, but nobody can teach showing up or mindset. You already show up. That's the ball game. Let me get into the VA benefits because that's probably the practical question sitting on your mind. We are veteran approved and we accept all VA benefits towards your training. I'm not going to pretend I know your exact chapter and your exact eligibility off the top of my head because every veteran situation is a little different, and I'd be lying to you if I quoted you a number, but we can definitely help you figure out how your benefits can apply if you're interested. What I'll tell you is this. Come in, bring what you've got, and we'll sit down and walk through what your benefits cover for our programs, plainly with no runaround, just the facts. That's a real conversation with a real person and not a form that spits out a rejection. If VA benefits are the road for you, we'll help you use them. If there's a gap, we've also got in-house payment plans, and for some folks, there's free state workforce funding through Employee NV based on income, and they also have a special department for our veterans. Point is, we'll find the door that fits you instead of making you fit the door. Makes more sense that way. Now the timeline, because I know you don't want to disappear into some 4-year program while your terminal leave burns off and the bills keep coming. Our HVAC and electrical programs each run about 90 days. 3 months, hands-on from day one, and not a month of sitting in a chair before you actually get to touch a tool. You come out the other side with a real skill and a real shot at a stable civilian career, and you did it in a season, not a decade. For a lot of veterans, that speed is the whole reason it works. It's what we're used to, because you need to be earning again, and you need it soon. Let me talk about the work itself and why it holds up. This is Las Vegas. The heat here isn't a season, it's the whole year, and that means the demand for people who can keep air conditioning running does not dry up. Casinos, hotels, hospitals, apartments, houses, all of that needs techs, and there aren't enough of them. That work can't be sent overseas, and a robot can't crawl on top of a roof and fix a unit and figure out why it's tripping the breaker. So you're not learning a skill that's going to vanish you. You're learning one that gets more valuable as this city keeps growing, and all those skills you learned in the military are going to help you get it done. And the money's real. I won't fabricate figures for you, but I'll give you the one solid number that I've got. Electrical grads start around $55,000 a year and go up from there as you gain experience and certs. HVAC depends on where you land and how fast you sharpen up, but the ceiling in this trade is high, especially if you eventually go out on your own. Also, HVAC has a growth predicted of 8%, and electrical has a growth predicted of 9%, which are two of the highest growths moving towards 2030. You already know how to lead. Some of the best small business owners I've met come out of the service because running a crew and running a squad aren't that different. One more thing about our place, because I think it'll matter to you. Our instructors are working tradespeople, not just instructors. They bring real field stories into the room, the ugly jobs and the ones that went wrong and what they've learned. They're giving you the secrets they learned through their experiences. That'll feel familiar. It's the same way you learned in the service from people who had actually been out there and done the job. And we've got morning, afternoon, and evening class times. So if you're working or handling VA appointments or getting your family settled, you can train around your life instead of putting your life on hold. So here's your one next step, and I'll keep it simple like you'd want. Come walk the building, see the equipment, meet an instructor, and let us sit down and go through your VA benefits with you face to face so you know exactly where you stand and what your benefits can do for you. We are at 3139 Westwood Drive in Las Vegas, and walk-ins are more than welcome, so you can just come on by. If you'd rather line it up first, book a free tour over at qualitytrainingcenters.com or call us at 702-597-0861 and ask for a free tour. You already did the hard part of your life once. This next part's a lot more doable than it feels right now. So come see it, and let's figure out your next mission together.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Trades Ready with Quality Training Center. If you are interested in getting ready for the trades and looking for the right school for you, go to www.qualitytradecenter.com and schedule a tour. Don't forget to share this episode with a friend interested in the trades and subscribe.